Hi, I'm Gianna, and I'm from Pro World, kind of.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm Danielle from Pro World. You already heard from Gianna. You gonna say it again or no? You kind of rushed through it. I don't think anybody was even logged on at that time. Go ahead. Oh, she's frozen. Okay, and then
I'm Gianna from Pro World, not really.
from home, the home version of Pro World.
The home version of Pro World.
And of course, our cameraman in the background.
You.
There he is. All right. Well, like always, thank you so much for
Daddy. Well, that's a glimpse of him.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and as always, let us know where you're I always want to say calling in from.
I know, it's funny.
Tuning in from. We want to hear all about how you're doing. If you ever worked with this brand new product from Forever Papers, it's brand new for us. It's been out a little bit, but we're working with this Subli-Flex 202 paper from Forever today, and we are going to sublimate onto cotton fabric, light and dark material. Super fun, super easy. So we are going to show you all about it today and answer, of course, any questions that come up. You're holding up my samples. Wonderful.
So this printed on the shirt.
Yes, and we're going to show you how. All right, so we're good. We're all logging in.
We are logging in.
Okay. So what you need to work with this product is, number one, the Subli-Flex 202 transfer paper. You will need your sublimation printer, a cutter, and your heat press, and a shirt, of course. And then that's it. It's all that's needed. You don't need an additional mask. And they do suggest using a cover sheet. So whether a nonstick sheet or silicone or parchment, one of those would really help kind of seal it in for you. Okay, so was there something?
Yes, we're checking in live from New Jersey, from Texas, West Virginia, Arizona, Scottsdale to be exact, Pittsburgh, California, Nashville, South Florida, Missouri.
So many people checking in. Everybody.
New Braunfels, Texas. Charlotte, North Carolina. It's the Show Me State, Missouri. Dallas, Texas. Go Cowboys. Canada, Texas, Orlando, Milwaukee, Richmond, Colorado, Louisiana,
Woo,
Illinois.
Whoa. Lots of people.
Long
Hello,
Beach.
everyone.
And Willingboro, New Jersey, right here at home.
Yay! Just a couple miles down.
Atlanta, North Carolina, New York.
Still going.
Illinois again. All right.
We could be here all day.
Trying to make sure everybody get it. Michigan. Yep, there we go.
Okay, so the very first thing we did was design our image I use the Silhouette Studio software. So I placed my pumpkin in my Silhouette software. I set up my template like this. We are using, this is going to be a mirror print. So we mirrored it, then we printed it with our Virtuoso SG400 with the Sublimate HD inks, but you can use any ink that you have as long as it's sublimation ink. So any printer, any ink, you're good to, any sublimation printer and sublimation ink, you are good to go. We put it on our cutting mat. Don't judge the dirtiness of my cutting mat. So after this printed, so pretend it came out of my printer, dun, 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 and I'm going to put it on my cutting mat.
I'm sorry, is that noise coming clear?
Yes, did you get that?
Dun, 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 dun.
So for the Silhouette, it reads with the corner up here, this little black dot up there, and then you're going to run it through your cutter. As long as the print on your cutter looks exactly like this, like, stem is this way, pumpkin this way, it will cut and it will be accurate for you and your cut marks will show up. After that is done from your cutter, you will remove it from your cutting mat. We'll put this over there because we don't need it.
Is that sticky?
so it stays on it. And then you weed all the excess. So you can go ahead and start.
Wait, where do you weed it?
Here, I'll start you off in the corner here.
Oh, from there?
Yeah, you take all the white off.
2.
You just pull.
Yep.
So
2 fly for you. Sorry,
hold on.
real quick.
Oh, don't be so rough. So if you can zoom in.
To my hands.
So you can see this doesn't have any adhesive, so it's really easy to peel up all the excess material. So go ahead, keep going. There you go.
You just want to help me so bad, do you?
I do, but that's okay. We'll let you do it. And you can go ahead and pull the rest off. And done. You just take out the little extra little piece here. Okay.
Oh, my bad.
So
Thing is on it.
all weeded. Now you're going to place this down on your shirt. So the white side, the back side, is facing you. And before we do that, we will go ahead and just
Pre-press.
pre-press.
And it is nice and smooth, not bumpy at all.
All right, real quick. 2-5 for you. Said I always have trouble cutting the image on my Silhouette 4. I can't get it to read my registration marks. Is there a way around that?
To read the registration marks, you might have to recalibrate your cutter just to make sure. Oh, I've got lots of pressure here. Just to make sure everything is accurate with it. Loosen that a bit. But that would be my suggestion, because it should be fine as long as you print them and they're accurate, and the black box is at the top corner. Then it'll read that one first and then read all the other registration marks. So just make sure that it's set up properly. The first cut that I did, I actually mirrored the entire print, which included my crop marks. So then it was on the other side, and that did not work. So you want to make sure that when you're printing, that you're setting up your crop marks, and when you place it down on your mat, that the crop mark is where it needs to be. Okay, so I pre-pressed my garment, and you can see I was using a whole lot of pressure, and you need it. You need it for this product. You need lots and lots and lots of pressure. Okay. Take your print, pretty side down, white side up, and you're going to put it on your garment. Along with this, you're going to take about 10 sheets of copy paper, place this on top. This is going to prevent any kind of bubbling that could potentially happen within the print. And close and lock. We're at 356 degrees. I'm a little bit over them, about 360, for about 15 seconds. That is going to be, basically, we're just getting it to stay on the shirt. That's the first step. Just get it to kind of tack onto the garment. And let's remove our copy paper. Remove this. We're going to wait. It's a cold peel, so we're going to hold off on that. And you can kind of see this is starting to be like a little bit tinted of the color. That's fine. We're going to repress it, and then we're gonna remove this, repress, and then that color is going to show through the paper. Okay, so while this is cooling, any questions?
Rick says, will this work on any color shirt?
So you want to make sure the only requirement for this is that it's 100% cotton. So absolutely 50-50. You can't do 50-50 blends. Well, you can, but I'll explain in a little bit. But 100% cotton, any color material is fine. Now, since the paper itself has a polymer coating, that's what the ink sort of comes through. That's why you can't use 50-50 blend, because what'll happen, this one I actually did on 50-50 blend, and I didn't realize until after I did it. But you're gonna start to see the garment come through and some dye migration. So I don't know if are you seeing that when you zoom in?
Not really.
Okay.
It's really faint though.
You're just gonna start to see like the coloring come through. So it's really good if you kind of want that distressed, worn look, then perfect. But if you're going for, don't see the shirt to come through, then stick with 100% cotton. All right, this is nice and cool now. So you're going to do kind of the roll method.
You're gonna roll it, hold it down, and make sure the vinyl does not come off.
Exactly.
So really think.
All right, just a couple questions came through.
Okay.
From Shana. How is this different from using printable vinyl?
Well, this is very similar, but a lot of the times for printable vinyl, you need an eco-solvent or solvent printer, and they're very expensive, and you don't have that on hand. But many of you have a sublimation printer, so this is just allowing you to print with your sublimation printer onto paper or the film, and then print it onto your fabric.
Okay. Question from Rebecca. Does it crack easily? And is it like paper feel, or is it embedded in fabric?
It does sit on top of the fabric. You do feel it. So even for this one, because this is pretty big, you are going to kind of see and feel it. It's not embedded into the fibers. It does sit on top. As long as you apply it with enough pressure and that your settings are right, it will not crack within the wash.
Okay.
This particular, I just want to jump in before that next question. This particular product can absolutely be washed, but you should not dry it in the dryer. So it should
shrink.
No, it's not going to shrink. But it should be hung to dry.
That was actually the next question. Are there any special washing instructions? Any special way to wash it?
Yep, cold inside out, and then hang it to dry. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this shirt off. So we are still at our same temperature. We're at that 360 mark. We are doing it for 30 seconds. I've covered with a silicone sheet. You can also cover with a nonstick sheet or parchment. And I'm going to lock it in for another, now I'm going to do it for 30 seconds. My first application was 15 seconds. Now 30 seconds, I'm going to kind of allow all the inks to come to the top and to color it. It should look like this. So fingers crossed.
And right here, I'm actually wearing something that Mommy made me.
Yes. So
It says this is my Halloween.
My human
Costume. I'm really a unicorn.
So the unicorn was made with this, with the Subli-Flex 202.
And then these right here are what we used.
And
is what she used to do the that's hot.
So done.
Done.
And your shirt, you could see what a huge difference. It was really faint, and now it's really dark, full coverage, full color, and that's both on light and dark fabric.
This is another one of mine.
Yeah, these are both going to wind up being yours.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll wear this one on Thanksgiving.
So if we missed any of the steps, I have another one I can run through. But any questions now that you've seen from start to finish, and then we'll kind of redo it.
Just a couple quick questions.
Yes.
Tiffany says, will this be available ready-made transfer sheets?
Not ready-made transfers. They're sold blank for you to print them out.
Okay. Betty says, so is this like Easy Subli?
It's very similar to Easy Subli. It does give you the same ability to sublimate onto cotton, but your main difference is we didn't use a mask. So a lot of customers do have that difficulty with getting the Easy Subli to transfer onto your mask in order to transfer to your heat press. There's no mask involved. It's all included, and it comes through the print. So Easy Subli is non-mirrored. This is mirrored, so that way it can come through.
Okay.
So that's the main difference, and probably a little bit easier to use than Easy Subli in that aspect. But on a side note, Easy Subli does have a little bit softer of a feel. So if you're doing direct comparison, easier application for Subli-Flex 202, but Subli-Flex 202 is a little bit, I don't want to say stiffer, but a little bit thicker than Easy Subli.
Okay. Shout out to Greg, who's out in Australia. It's 3:30 a.m. there.
Oh my goodness.
And he's up watching right now.
Good morning. Or middle of the night.
All right. Sean asks us some of the questions. He said, why should I use this instead of Easy Subli?
And the main reason is if you are somebody that has difficulties with getting that mask to work for the Easy Subli, then I would totally recommend that you try this out and see if it works for you. That would be my number one reason. If you have a lot of, small areas of text at the Easy Subli that you struggle with getting that mask to really pull it up for you, this will be your go-to product. It's just another alternative for the Easy Subli.
Okay.
And Leighton says, so it sits on top of the fabric, then it's not really sublimated into the fibers of the fabric, correct?
Correct. True sublimation can only be done on 100% white polyester fabric or your hard surface products that are already coated. When we go to another means and we want to do it on cotton or on a dark fabric, then this is going to be your next best option. This will allow you to basically print material and adhere it to your garment. So you're not actually dyeing the fibers. You just can't with how sublimation limits you.
Okay. Patricia says, what is the plastic sheet that you are using with the paper? Is it a separate carrier sheet, and can it be reused?
This comes with each sheet. So right here, when you're putting it in your cutter, in your printer, you put shiny side up. You can see that shine. Oh, we just lost the light there.
I was wondering why it was flickering right there. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
The haunted house over here. Yeah.
Stay in.
That's okay.
It's fine. Where it is, just don't touch it.
So this sheet comes just like this to you, blank, of course. It's white on one side and shiny on the other. You're going to put it in your printer, shiny side up, back side, and then it's going to print onto the white side. And everything is ready for you to go now with you put it through your cutter, and then you weed away all the excess. And we can just go ahead and start this one for you. And you can see that's the plastic, and I'm just peeling it off. Pretty easy peel. Once you get it going, it's just going to kind of release for you. It's not going to get stuck or, since this isn't adhesive at all.
Oh, really quick. Maria says, will the 202 vinyl stretch once pressed?
It's stretch once pressed. Yeah, that's, yeah. I would say yes. It'll stretch, it'll move. You can, wear it and wash it. Well, that's regular vinyl, but that part is the 202. But yes, it will stretch and move.
Okay. And Ramon says, how heavy does it feel? And does it hold in the body heat like HTV does?
I don't think I have an Easy Subli direct comparison, but
I can go get one.
If you are doing a full graphic like this one, where it's a lot of area, it's going to feel like an image on a shirt. It's going to have that little bit of thickness, so you can kind of see when I'm bending it. It doesn't totally bend, but if you were to do something like this, where there's lots of breaks in the fabric, you are going to get it's really nice and flexible and moves and doesn't have that same stiffness. So it really depends on your graphic. If your graphic is very big and takes up a lot of space, you're probably going to notice that thick feeling. But if you do it with text or a lot of breaks in your fabric is what you really want, then it's going to be a lot lighter for you. Yes. You have a question? You have to get in line.
Could you put it on any color shirt, like any design? Could you put it on any color shirt?
Yes, any color.
Does it have to be a certain type of shirt?
What's the requirement? Were you listening earlier?
No.
Ooh, the test.
No.
What kind of garment is needed? Who knows out there?
Silicone.
No. What kind of garment? Who knows? What garment do you absolutely need to use for this process? Who can get it right?
Waiting.
I'm waiting.
Okay, while we're waiting for these people to answer. Oh, look at that. Betty said 100% cotton.
Yay!
Ding, 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 ding. Tea
Awesome.
time also got it right.
So this one's
Amani got it right.
Yes.
This one says striped one.
Teresa got it right.
They were
Maria
listening.
got it right. See, 100% cotton. What type of
Because they
material?
write it down.
Hey, as
right.
long as it works.
All right, I missed the question up here. Tea time. Asks, what is the difference from using this than using opaque papers?
So the opaque papers use your standard ink in your inkjet or laser printer. So that's your biggest difference, your ink type. And it will still, so like if you're comparing this to like the 3G opaque with your inkjet printer or the CLC for darks for your laser printer, what that actually does is it's a layer and then it prints on paper. You have to remove it from your paper, needing a mask to then take it to your heat press. So both of those still require some type of mask to get you there. This is all included with no mask needed. So that's your main difference. Those other things use different inks, but they also require a mask.
Okay. I did miss a question. I'm sorry. Melinda asked, what sizes are the sheets? What size do they come in?
We have 8.5 by 11 and 11 by 17. And I'm just weeding this one, which I'm done now. So we'll go ahead and press this one so you can kind of see the process all over again. So after you weed, then you're going to apply it pretty side down onto
Pretty
the shirt.
side down. Hey, pretty
I have a
side
question.
down.
Yeah.
Why is it called pretty side down?
Because it's always on the pretty side down.
That's
Hey.
my way to kind of know what to do.
That's weird.
All right, so
What side goes down?
Pretty side down.
Hey.
okay.
Okay. Maria says, when sublimating on 202 vinyl, do you need? Oh my gosh!
Oh,
What
we
is going
lost-
on? Yeah, we did.
Lost the camera.
Why does it do that?
It hates me for some odd reason. Sorry.
It just turned like letters
It doesn't like me at some points. Sorry. Maria said, when sublimating on 202 vinyl, do you need to put it under heat press to dry the ink, like Easy Subli vinyl?
No, the when you work with the vinyl or Subli-Flex 202, you're going to use the profile in Sawgrass that is heat transfer vinyl. That's the one you're going to print on as your substrate, and then that will get you just the right amount of ink on the sheet. It's not wet. It doesn't need to dry. It comes right out. Put it right on your mat, and you're good to go. So no drying needed. All right, so to kind of, now we've weeded pretty side down. All your things are facing you. Cover with your 10 sheets of copy paper. Close and lock your heat press super heavy. 356, I'm at about 360. I'm a little bit over, but that's okay. 15 seconds is what you want to just do a pre-press for. You're tacking it down. That's the only purpose of this first part of the press, is to tack it down. Yes.
We have a question.
You have a question.
No.
Oh, no. I have comments that people are singing right now. And what are they singing? Pretty side down. Hey.
Yes. All right. So as you can see, it's very, very faint on the color, and that's fine. That's exactly what we want. We don't want it bright right now. And what I was finding when I didn't have enough pressure as I was peeling this up when I was doing my testing, I noticed that sometimes it was lifting the vinyl as well. So I put it back down and repressed it, increasing my pressure just for a couple more seconds. And that did get it to stick enough for me so I could release that carrier sheet without any issue. So if you do run into that problem, you can go ahead and put it back under the heat press to repress it. And we're just gonna wait till it cools because it is a cold peel.
I'm gonna peel it.
One more time. How many pieces of paper did you put on top of it when you pressed?
About 10 sheets.
Whoa.
It's just so that the print itself doesn't bubble underneath. So you want it to make sure that it's gonna stay nice and flat for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the question. Yvonne says, how do I know if my printer is compatible?
If you have sublimation ink, you're good to go. That's the only requirement. Okay. Oh, now see, you can sort of see if you want to, can you zoom in?
I sure can.
So as I'm peeling this up, see how the Y isn't sticking? That's fine. What we're going to do is we're going to take it from this side and see if my M sticks.
Ooh, there, boo-boo.
Daddy.
Or at least get somebody to stick. What side wants to stick? Okay, the T wants to stick. So as I'm peeling it back, what I will do, I'm not going to worry about those areas that didn't stick because I'll get it on my next press. Just kind of get that roll method, roll it all the way off. It's perfect now. And those little parts that didn't stick, they're right there. But once I do this press, it's all going to go down. So we are good to go.
All right, a quick question from Khadijah. She says, does it jam in the printer like Easy Subli does sometimes?
No, I've never had that experience with Easy Subli jamming, but the Subli-Flex 202, as long as you do the right paper setting for your virtuoso, you're going to do the heat transfer vinyl. If you're using an Epson, I believe you have to do a different paper setting. I don't know right off the hand what setting that is because we don't work with Epsons. But if you do have that, just send us an email in and we'll let you know what setting to use for that. But you shouldn't have any problem with paper jams. Okay, so I've covered with my silicone sheet. I'm still at 360. I'm going to press it for another 30 seconds. I have good pressure, nice and heavy. And then that is going to kind of cook and get all those colors up to the top.
Now, my question is, you used 10 pieces of paper to press it the first time.
Yes.
But now you're just using the Teflon sheet.
Yes.
Why can't you just do that instead of using the 10 pieces of paper?
Because the 10-piece paper give you a little bit of weight to kind of give, I think it has something to do with like the moisture of the paper to kind of get it down. So the manufacturer recommends 10 sheets, so we're telling you to press it with 10 sheets.
Gotcha.
All right, remove. And oh my goodness, look how pretty that is.
So merry and bright.
This is your matte, sort of matte version because I use the silicone paper. This is going to be the most matte that this product can offer. This one was used as silicone. This one I used the Teflon sheet. So you can kind of see the difference. This is a little bit more glossy. I wouldn't necessarily say this is matte, but I would give it that semi-gloss finish. So this is going to be your most matte version, I guess.
Good eye. Because guess what?
What?
The Hallmark movie I'm watching is called Merry and Bright.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
She's watching Hallmark movies.
And
I always
this-
watch Hallmark
I don't know.
movies.
Can you see the difference between these two shirts?
This one is lighter. That one's darker. I'm not sure if you guys can see it because, well, your camera, but.
Can you see the difference though?
I will see in 1 second.
I want to, like, the main difference and the only difference is that this one in my right arm, this one here, pointing with my finger, is 50-50. And this shirt is 100% cotton. That's your difference. So it does look a bit different. I would like to point that out, which is weird because I ordered these all at the same time. They should not have been different. blends, but
They put what
Oh,
they
yeah,
had in the
this-
box.
This shirt is much darker and that one's so much lighter.
yeah, but I really like when you go on 100% cotton, you can really see the difference, especially for this one.
Maybe
but
which one was on the top? Because that might have got more sun.
no, it doesn't have any sun. No sun related.
They were able to see the differences.
Oh yeah, okay, good. And this, so this pumpkin was printed with the silicone because I just did that today. This pumpkin was the Teflon sheet. Let's see if I can, maybe holding them up.
Let's see. Just tilt a little bit.
I do the tilt. So white shirt was Teflon. Gray shirt is the silicone. So it's a little bit less glossy on the gray than it is on the white.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any other questions now that we've printed all of our shirts?
I have a question.
I can't wait to wear these. Yes, you have a question?
Yes.
What's your question?
Hold on.
She forgot her question.
I did have a couple questions about printers here.
You can go
Okay.
Sandy says, I have an Epson with sublimation ink and I have a Sawgrass with Easy Subli ink. So should I print with the Epson?
You can use either one. Both are considered sublimation inks and both can work with this vinyl or this transfer paper.
Very good. Okay, I think that was, nope.
If you're really concerned though with color profiles, I would stick with your Virtuoso so that way you can set it up to print on heat transfer vinyl color profile setting so that way it'll print out accurately through your Sawgrass print manager.
Okay. Maria says, can we get the designs off your website? She loves the Merry and Break.
This one it's not for sale on the website. We don't sell designs. This one I just made with two different font types. But we don't sell them, sorry. And the pumpkin I got from Design Bundles because you all know I'm a big fan of Design Bundles. I get quite a few from there. But that's where that design came from.
Okay.
Yeah, you think we're done?
No.
No?
Guess what? We got all that.
Oh, that's okay. We'll do that one. We'll do that one later.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Bye.
there's no other questions. Thank you all so much for tuning in with us and joining us today about I was going to say the wrong word. We're the Subli-Flex 202 vinyl. If you have any questions or, have the product and having difficulties with us, just let us know. Send us an email. We will be happy to help you. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.
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 Bye.